Cost objects are essentially containers that hold expenses aligned to a particular service as defined by the cost object's name. The application includes the ability to label your cost objects within segments, referred to as the cost object category. They're there if you need them, but using them is completely optional. If you decide to use them, you'll need to add your categories to this table. Just click New, name your category, and then click Save. From the cost object table, you can see any cost objects that have already been created for your model. To add a new cost object manually, click New and fill in the fields, including the cost object's name, label it with a cost object category if you're using that, assign it to a cost model if that's not pre-filled, assign it to a segment, and then give it a short description if you'd like. Click Save and the cost object table will refresh and you'll see your new cost object on there. To delete a cost object, select the checkbox next to it, then click Delete. You'll see a confirmation message. If you'd like to proceed with deleting the cost object or cost objects, click Yes, Delete. If you'd like to keep the cost object or cancel, click No, Keep, or click the X in the corner. If you have cost objects somewhere else, either in an external spreadsheet or within a table already in ServiceNow, you can import these cost objects. Click Set up a data source and select where you want to import them from. Importing cost objects from either ServiceNow or an external document involves setting up a data source. Starting with the ServiceNow import, you will need to select which cost model this applies to, give it a name so that you can find this template in the future, tell us what table in ServiceNow has your data, and then click Continue to create your conditions. You can create conditions to pull in only those records that you want to create cost objects for. Once you've created your conditions, scroll to the bottom and tell us how to interpret the ServiceNow table. This is how you're going to tell us what tables in the ServiceNow table belong to which tables in our application table. Select the source field dropdown and select the source field from your ServiceNow table that should go to the target fields on the right. When you're ready, click Save and then start import. Importing cost objects from an external document is very similar, but instead of selecting conditions, you'll be adding an attachment. Finally, you will be assigning cost objects to segments using this table. To see cost objects that haven't been assigned to a segment, use the segment fields in the top left and select Empty. Any cost objects without a segment already assigned will appear in this list. To assign them to a segment, simply click the segment cell and pick the segment you want to assign it to.